Okay, guys, sorry.
Are we standing?
Whoopsies. No, I'm just about.
Thanks for
bringing me back here.
Okay, so this is our second video for the final, which is evidence collections and methods of evidence, I think. Like different ways to collect.
Yes, evidence identification,
Yes.
collection, and packaging. Something. There's evidence.
Sorry, he's
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's evidence collection, presentation.
Forgot it.
Something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can first start and talk about methods of collecting evidence because there is
So many to talk
Ton.
about. So basically, one of them is if there's something on the wall, and there's no other way for you. Wait, what? What?
Keep going. I'm sorry.
What's so funny?
So we're talking about evidence collection first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that what you just said,
Yeah.
Calvin?
Okay.
Okay, but basically, so like say like, okay, now I don't know why they're
There's
laughing.
something written in blood on the wall, and,
And it's like I'm the killer, and then you're like
she deserved this.
yeah, and there's like just like no way for you, Calvin. Why are you laughing? And there's like no way for you to like take it without like having to rip the entire wall out.
And picture's not going to do super good justice, especially if it's like written in blood. So you're
Yeah.
going to want to cut
Also,
out.
yeah, a picture. Also, if it is written in blood, you might want to analyze whose blood it is,
Exactly.
and sometimes you have to take the whole. You can't just like scrape that blood off the wall. So you have to take the whole
100%.
part of
Because
the wall.
if you
to send
scrape
that.
it, there's gonna be paint and everything
Mhm.
of that like mixed into the DNA, and you want nothing that will contaminate, right? With like those particles being in there that's contaminating the blood, which will probably not be able to pick up on the scan properly. And then so if you know, say Detective Gracie and Calvin and Amber did take the entire wall out, we would then have them bill it to the department.
Residency or wherever you took
Unless-
the wall from.
Unless whoever it was a non-cooperative person, because then
they don't get their money
Then they don't
back.
get their money back,
Or-
because they're in jail.
Yeah, or like if it's like, yeah, thank you. Or if they're in jail.
So basically what we would do would be first to obviously take an initial picture of it just in case during the
Take a
way
picture of
to-
everything.
Yes, every
Yeah.
single plate,
Yes.
every single piece
Yes,
of
that's-
evidence.
That's one of the most important starts, or not starts. One of the most important
Yeah.
steps in evidence collection is like you take a picture of everything and like every step to make sure that it doesn't just get ruined, you know, because that's easy to
Especially
do.
if it's on the way to, you know, to get analyzed and then
Mhm.
something happens and it breaks or it smudges, then you have a
Mhm.
picture of what it looked like.
Mhm.
So then we would then carefully cut it out of the wall. You want to be careful because especially depending on the type of wall, there could be drywall or maybe there's
I think all wall has
yeah.
drywall in it.
Oh, thank you. So you have to
That's
be
not
very
true.
careful.
Wait, what?
Not all wall has drywall. What if it's like a concrete wall?
Well, how would you take out a concrete wall? You
You're
have, like a
Yeah, you'd have to like get it out. That'd be hard to evidence collect.
yeah, definitely.
You know,
So
and like
you have
also
to be
like
very careful.
yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Calvin, because
Yeah.
like certain like there's like times where like, you know, taking out a wall is kind of like the
Mhm.
only thing, but you can't because it's a brick wall and it's like there's no
Mhm.
way for us to take this out. Or like if it's something that you know that's just super important to the foundation of the house, that if you take it out, the house is going
Yeah.
to it's a mess with
So
it.
in that case, I assume you would just maybe picture, and if you can, try to scrape off the blood.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
last case scenario, you do have the picture if you can't get DNA from the
Mhm.
blood.
Yeah.
And then another important thing to do is always the reason why taking pictures is so important. It's because say Calvin killed Gracie and Calvin used the knife. Calvin left the knife in the kitchen, the bloody knife, right? And I'm the detective. I pick it up, put it in the bag. Anyone's gonna know that like the blood is going to smear. But if I take a picture of it, then that shows that okay, the smearing was done because of the bag, not because I was
Not careful.
neglecting it. Yeah.
Um,
It also taking pictures also just helps with setting the scene in court as well. You know, it helps kind of give the jury a good picture of what could have possibly happened, and just kind of like a layout, right? Without pictures, it's so hard to paint a picture, even if we're very detailed, right? We cannot paint a picture in so much detail like that. That made no sense, but
No, it actually did, because you can't really visualize it super well unless you see what it actually
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah, pictures,
Spin
videos
bars.
are really. Oh, now we're getting into the thing where we're talking about how it's applicable in court. So we should talk about. Speaking of walls, this brings us to there's a thing with the porousness of walls, right?
Yes.
And different
Oh.
materials. So when you think about it's important to think about what you're doing stuff on, because you might think, oh, this is a concrete wall versus a dry wall. That doesn't matter very much, but it actually can matter a lot because one could be more porous than the other, or it could be harder to cut out and stuff. So
yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
if you're cutting out or looking for fingerprints,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
the porous or the pores on the wall play a huge role in that. We can go into fingerprints, I guess.
Oh yeah.
I mean, sorry, continue. I mean, can I answer?
Yeah. go.
I look behind me, there's a wall, there's glass right there, and then there's a wall, right? And freak this. And so if you look at it, right, if something was found on this, it'd be easier to collect than it would be on this wall.
You can't really see, but you know the texture of your walls in here.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it's majority here today in here.
Right, so fingerprints, there are a lot of different kinds of fingerprints that you can have. So Peyton?
Patent, Latin, and non-plastic. Wait,
No,
plaster?
plastic.
Oh,
It is
plastic?
plastic,
Oh,
yeah.
it is. Sorry.
So plastic is basically like in print fingerprints, you could say.
patent. It's not patent, it's patent.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
So, for example, it can be, a fingerprint in the snow, or a shoe print in the snow, or a tire print in the snow. It leaves like an outline, or a fingerprint in like Play-Doh, something that it's going to leave a outline
Impression
on.
in.
Yeah, impression. Yes, that's the word. Not
And
outline.
it gives a kind of a visual representation of your fingerprint.
Yeah.
Rather than a latent print. Do you want to talk about latent prints?
Oh, I was wanting to talk about snow because you were talking about
Go for it.
like a fingerprint or a footprint in the snow, and I was gonna say that is something where it's really difficult to deal with because snow melts. So sometimes with evidence collection sometimes you want to get it into a place where if you are dealing with something in snow, like a fingerprint or a print in snow, you want to get it to a place where you can freeze it and make sure it doesn't melt and your evidence doesn't get destroyed by that.
That's
So-
hard. How
Or
hard
just
did you get
Yeah.
the?
Sometimes it's just you in an ideal world that would be what would be done, right? But it's just even a little bit of a temperature change is going to melt it. So in that scenario, I think just taking a picture is your best bet.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
even you can't really pick up the snow, and if it's on concrete, a driveway, there's snow on it, and there's the tire mark. You can't
Yeah.
you can't pick up the snow.
Unless you
or
bring the
you're gonna-
cold.
I'm just
Yeah.
smelling the computer.
But yeah,
And then a latent print is a print that cannot be seen, right?
yeah, that's
Invisible.
Invisible.
It's like your oils
invisible
on your
man. Yeah.
hands.
Your
Yeah.
oils, your
Yeah,
sweat.
that's an example of the
it's
window.
invisible to the
Sure.
naked eye. Is what
Yes.
it kinda
Naked,
says.
it's invisible to the naked eye.
Yeah.
So do you want to let's do an example. I'm gonna take you to the glass
Come
ball.
on. Come on.
Come on, pick it up.
Come on. Ooh, here we go. Why am I running with that?
Okay, ready? I'm gonna touch. I'm gonna touch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You
Now,
see it? You can kind of see it a little bit of oh, it's gone.
You can see if we had a light, you'd be able to see it.
Oh,
Because of my
UV
sweat.
light.
Yeah.
Because that can make the oils in our skin more visible to the naked eye.
Uh-huh.
Because we have these pores in our hands, so our hands are sweating, and that's what's being found on the
Yeah,
windows or
fingerprints are
your
made of grease, right?
bacteria and stuff on your hands.
So a plastic print. Do you want to talk about plastic print?
I was gonna talk about patent prints.
Okay,
Because sometimes they're not always in the oils. When
Talk
they're
about plastic.
You mean laying prints?
no, we already talked about patent prints with where they can be visible.
No, we haven't. But can I
Okay.
add really
Sorry.
quickly on
Yeah, yeah,
hers? Because latent prints can also be on other things, not
Mhm.
just
Glass.
glass
Yeah.
or windows.
Mhm.
I mean, they can be found on the wall. We did that
Desk.
little example in class where we would have the little scenarios and we had to decide what kind of fingerprint it would be, and then how we would collect the evidence. So in that case, you can use a UV light. I forgot what it was called.
Black light?
There was a specific name. I'm sure you know it. Or you can use.
Oh, you're probably wondering why we're getting up every 2 seconds because
You
my
can't
computer.
see it. Her computer.
Yeah, the
doesn't.
computer screen light goes black. So.
But you can sometimes use powders, and there's different powders for each. But that is
Glue?
definitely glue's a really big one as well.
Mhm.
But powders are definitely harder because they can either contaminate it, put too much powder on it, and the fingerprint's gone. It can smear the fingerprint. You have to be very careful when using.
Yeah, and
those.
another thing that I want to bring up when we're doing the whole thingy bobber with like the thing, you know, you know
the
what I'm
scenario.
So you would take a picture of everything, regardless. Like
Yeah,
a
that
picture
bothers me.
isn't a form. You're gonna do it regardless, right?
Yeah, because you said what's your first step to collect the evidence? You take a picture of everything
exactly.
when you're doing.
And the fact
And
if you're
notes.
not taking a picture,
you shouldn't be you shouldn't be a police officer. We're sorry to say it, but that bothered me so much that day that he was.
Yeah, Colin, what do you
people
think?
kept saying like, "Were you here?"
Yeah, I was there.
And people kept saying like, "Okay, the first thing we would do is take a picture."
like of course, Brittany, you would take a picture.
No, or someone said like the first thing that they would do was secure the crime scene.
Well, we're
Guys,
supposed to say the first thing we would do, which would be to take a
Oh
picture.
wait, he's are off.
I am. It's important to document the entire process in detail, which is taking a picture. Why would it be on the list of things we could do if it wasn't something?
Was it on the list?
Yeah, it was on the list.
I swear he was like.
It was not on the list.
It was
Calvin.
on the list.
Calvin, you would do it regardless.
See,
Yeah,
that's-
you would do it regardless.
That's for your initial walkthrough. That's like what you first do. You're gonna take a picture of everything and secure the crime scene. But we're not gonna
Don't give me this.
we're not really that's like collecting evidence. But I think that was just on his
Yeah.
the way he described it.
Anyways, so
Sorry,
another
the rant.
thing that where a latent can be found
Oh,
is-
the screen went black again.
is on computer screens, and on mouses and on keyboards.
Definitely computer screens sometimes can be more. You can see them a lot more.
Yeah, especially if
But
they're
they
black.
would. I feel like they still would count as latent now because it's your
You still need
oils
something
and-
to,
Well, no,
Yeah.
it's just it doesn't matter if it's oils if you can see them with your naked eye.
Yeah.
So
So it would
Yeah.
be patent.
yeah, it
But
would be-
on your mouse and what? It also just depends on the color of the surface. On a more a more sheer print a more silver computer, you won't be able to see the paints. Mine's black. And
So
on
when
that,
her screen goes dark, we can see all the fingerprints.
yeah. And then do you want to start talking about plastic?
or patent
Yeah.
or
I'm
patent,
sorry.
patent.
Patent.
Okay. Well, I think there's a couple ways. Basically, I think we've already got into it, but a patent print is a print you can see. It's a patent print. It's a larger field of patent evidence, which is. Are we sure it's not patent?
It's
don't know.
patent. What
What does it matter?
Megan,
Yeah.
how do you say it? Is it patent or patent?
I say patent.
Patent.
It's patent.
Print.
It's on
Okay.
100%
Okay.
patent.
Okay. Well, anyways, with patent, it's anything you can see. So that could be like a fingerprint in blood, or the obvious way we do it is a fingerprint in ink, and then we also do that that's the ones we do when we compare it against other people's fingerprints. Usually, is we compare it against one we have in ink.
Ink pad. Boop.
And then that also lets us see more in detail of what the fingerprints made out of. We
have
also
little whorls in it or little
And
arches.
also, if you say you're some magic for some reason, there's just ink on your finger, or if
What?
what is it called? Expo marker on your finger, and if you touch a surface like that, it is going to show. Do you guys want to show
Another.
another
Oh.
example? Follow us.
We're going back.
You guys probably what?
While we're doing this, you can also say another way is there's a metallic powder which you can use to
Uh-huh.
identify.
Yes. See,
later
she
ones.
put
Not
it
more
on her.
expensive.
And now you see my.
You can't really see it
That's a partial print. There's also we could talk about partial.
Yeah, and because I
genius.
have really sweaty hands, which you mentioned in class, I now have a partial print.
Hey.
So it's
It's me.
honestly it just depends on the circumstances where the print is found. If it's more humid, more sweaty place, it's probably gonna be a partial print.
Yes.
But if it's more of a dry desert area, it's probably gonna be a full print.
Guys, how do we find patent prints? Do we
Well-
collect them?
You're just. It's a good question.
Yeah.
You could rip out a wall.
I
Take
feel
it
like you take a picture, right?
Okay, so of course you're gonna take a picture, Mister.
I think you took the picture about 2 hours ago when you did the initial search.
If you didn't, you're fired. And then you would rip out the wall.
And if it's on a surface, you can obviously, yes, take a picture. But
Yes,
there
Calvin.
are other methods which,
Powder.
which
Well, that's for
ones?
Leighton. That's for Leighton.
Oh,
That's not for
sorry.
You can pull the print with what's it called?
Glue.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
pull a print with
glue.
glue.
Or like she said, if it is on the wall, you're gonna wanna
Rip
cut
it
out
out.
that little section of the wall. Take it with you.
Yeah.
Do your chain of custody. Write everything
Please,
down.
please. Chain of custody is very, very important. You need to know where the item has been for every second. It cannot be left alone because it's gonna get lonely. What if it gets ruined? You know, it's all in the end of the day going to go onto you. So keep chain of custody. Write those things down.
Do we want to talk about other?
Hey.
We
Wait,
can
we
talk
can
about
talk
blood spatter analysis.
Yeah.
Want to say something?
Anyways,
Okay.
we're getting this big guy right.
So bloodstain analysis is pretty hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he said.
Okay, hold on. We should talk about. Okay, so blood
We didn't talk
spatter.
about we know, guys. Pause. We didn't talk about plastic prints.
Yes, we did.
Oh, we did.
Did we?
Yeah,
we
that
did.
was plastic is in the impressions.
It's the imprints, yes.
Sorry, I wasn't.
Technically, every print is a little bit of a plastic print because the ridges are like that. So just very, very thin. Like if there's a layer of oils, it's technically plastic. It's just so thin that it doesn't matter.
That is
Sure.
true.
Okay, blood
Sure.
blood spatter. You can use that to identify like kind of the flow of blood, and you can use that sometimes
Yeah.
to determine like the
What weapon was
method.
used.
Yeah, or the method of the crime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
Say-
do an example really quick.
Yeah, so Gracie's in front of me dead. Or no, wait, she's not dead, she's alive.
I'm alive.
And I'm hitting her with my hammer.
Oh.
And every
She's
time
swinging back.
every time I swing back, there's gonna be blood going all
Yeah.
like a rainbow behind me.
Because you're flinging it.
And then when I'm bringing it back, another rainbow. And then boom. And then
Or
Gracie dies.
another example, I'm sitting here, pretend my nose is bleeding, okay? And I'm just looking down, and you're gonna see little drops, and it's all gonna be in the same spot because I am in.
Majority of them are
Yes.
in none.
And it will change the like pool of blood when I move up and down. So if I'm lower, it's gonna be a
A bigger
Bigger, yeah.
splatter.
Yeah.
And if
Bigger
she's
pool.
or sorry, if you're lower, it's gonna be a bigger pool. If you're upper, it's gonna be like boop.
Or
and
if
like
I
splatter.
start to move, you're gonna see little drops,
trail.
indicating that I was moving one way or
Yeah.
another.
And that can also look like, say, after I killed Gracie, I dragged her body across campus, and there's gonna be now a line of blood just following her.
Yeah. Also, you can see sometimes if it's on a slimy surface, you can see blood flow, or if there's a pool,
Uh-huh.
you can see blood flow. So you can determine like where this happened. Sometimes based off of like, oh, this blood flowed, but there's no slope here. So how did that happen? So sometimes.
And also, if you clean up blood, it will always leave an impression. Like it'll always be there.
Yeah, McHenry, don't try to be cleaning up bodies.
Yeah, we know what you did.
They'll catch you with that. That bleach ain't working.
That bleach
they're gonna catch you.
of- Is it
Because
BTB?
yeah.
Bromothymol blue?
Yes,
Yeah,
and
which-
it will
yeah.
always say, so an example, actually, a real life scenario of this is the O.J. Simpson case. And there, he washed his clothes and blood, the blood wasn't visibly there,
Mhm.
right? It went from being a patent
Patent.
Blood stain, yeah.
to a imprint of blood stain because now it was washed and it was gone, but it was still there if they used what is it called, UV light.
UV light, or there's this solution that they can put
Yeah.
on it, and the solution will, I believe, change blue when.
Well,
there's
obviously,
actual blood there.
but like
Yeah.
you would use the light first to see.
Yeah,
And
before
then-
you do the testing.
And then There's another case of this which happened here. I heard about it when I was doing a program
Here in this
with the
school?
sheriff's office. No, not in this
Oh.
school. In I
Girl,
think it
who's
was in-
killing people?
I think it was in Fairhaven. It was this son murdered his father.
I know.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the, with
Yeah.
the, with yes, what you're talking about.
And then he like cleaned up all the blood with bleach, but then they went through his house and they like did a UV light
And
and
there
they
was
found
blood
all
Yeah,
everywhere.
so actually,
it was
so
all
the-
over the house.
and there was like drag. They could also see drag marks, so
Yeah.
they could tell he like wrapped him up in a rug and then dragged him down.
Yeah.
And they could see from
Yeah.
the way the blood was
He
moving.
shot. So it was he shot his son, or the son shot his father, and then wrapped him up in the rug, and then dragged him to the house. And
Cleaned
actually,
everything with bleach.
yeah, I'm. My dad knows the guy that was killed.
That's
Oh wow.
Yeah,
small world.
small world, I guess. But that's all we have for this video.
Hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe.
And leave a comment.
Where's your mouse?